got caught up with a couple of big phone meetings yesterday, so they actually went up running into last night fairly late. And I got a bit of information from a dear friend of the Voice of Freedom last night to let me know that he was in hospital. Now, I know a lot of you know who this fella is. I'm talking about Len Clampet. Now, Len's been a close associate of mine for a couple of years, I guess, since he was last in hospital. Maybe not last, but he is in hospital with a few heart problems, and had some surgery late yesterday afternoon. And I've been down to see him today in hospital. He is very fit, very healthy, except his heart only seems to be working at about 20-odd%. So a bit of an issue there. But I know that a lot of you know Len, and you've probably got his email address. He'd love to get a get well soon email, I'm sure. If you would like that email address, I'm still in the car, and I'm not sure that I'll even be home in time for the show at 6:30 tonight at this stage. So I will find Len's email address and post it either up on my Telegram accounts and possibly in the Facebook as well. And I'll certainly mention it in a show tonight if I get home in time to do one. And if not, then tomorrow morning I will do something then. There are quite a lot of very interesting things happening around the countryside at the moment. The rally in Canberra on the 6th is, well, we're still trying to get some clarity about that. The Freedom Broadcasting Network is, happy to go down and stream this in conjunction with Cairns News. We're just a bit concerned. There are a lot of restraints that have been placed in Canberra now around Parliament House on days where rallies are going to happen. And at this point in time, this may change, but at this point in time, you're not allowed to put a stage up around Parliament House. They have painted a blue line around Parliament House that means that any vehicles of a certain tonnage aren't allowed beyond that blue line because they pose an IED risk. There is also some doubt that a PA could be set up anywhere close to Parliament or on the lawns because of the same IED risk factor that they are now causing. So what does this mean? Well, it means if you're planning to put a rally on in Canberra at the moment, you can't take a truck and use that tray as your stage. That truck ordinarily would also have a generator on board that powers all the PA system and microphones and everything so people can be heard. And if you can't get the truck in there, as it seems at the moment, because of new rules enacted around Parliament House, you won't be able to get a truck there. They've said that you have to build a stage. So if you want to build a professionally built stage, it'll cost $10,000 to $15,000. There's still no power at the site. You won't be allowed to bring vehicles up there and have a generator running out of that or anything like that. We've been informed. So it makes it pretty difficult. I don't know how the organisers are going to get a PA system working, so even if a lot of people do turn up, they're not going to be able to hear anybody who's speaking. And the fact is, it's a solid day of speaking. There is a phenomenal amount of speakers starting at 10 o'clock in the morning and going through till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The vast majority of them are politicians, and there are, I guess, some farmers and associated allied groups that will be speaking as well. Everybody gets a 10-minute speech. So, I don't know. I've not had to run a rally stage before, but keeping speakers to a certain limit. Some of them won't reach 10 minutes, which will be great. Some of them will be hard to shut up at 10 minutes. So what they have is a full range of speakers. We went through, I think last night in the show, the night before in the show, that full range of speakers. But seriously, if you can't hear them, what benefit is that going to be? And this is a Canberra public service, whether it's the AFP or the Parliamentary Protection Detail that have instigated this. But it in effect means that holding a protest is one thing. You'd all go and stand there, but no stages, no speakers, no PAs, very difficult for anybody to hear anything. So I know that there is some movement in the background trying to gain a little bit of help and support in getting, well, not just a stage truck there, our vehicle, the motorhome, which actually is an outside broadcast unit. That's where we keep all our gear. We have a generator on board that powers all our equipment. We can literally pull up anywhere and put a show on, but in Canberra, they won't allow my vehicle, because of the weight of it, over that blue line. So we are hopefully trying to make some inroads there and maybe get some permissions. I believe the organisers are trying to gain that. We're probably going to find out more about that after a meeting tonight. I'll have more to tell you on that. I'll be leaving for Canberra over the weekend if we are in fact going, and if we're not, then I guess I'll be talking to you over the weekend from where we are. So that's the state of play there. I'm hearing an awful lot of interesting news about goings on this month in February. I'm hearing that Australia in particular is going to get some serious red pills in February, and a lot of them are going to have something to do with the unions. So I guess all we can do is wait, watch and see, but where I got this information from is sort of secondhand, I guess, but I trust the source it came from, and the source that he got it from is inside the unions. So there's something going on in there, and it will be interesting to see what February holds. We're also in the process of arranging a few more interviews with a couple of interesting folks that have never been on the Voice of Freedom before, a couple of international players that have never been on the Voice of Freedom before. Hopefully they will be coming our way in the not too distant future. If you have Telegram, something that I will play in tonight's show if I get home in time to do it, but if you want to go and have a look now and truly disgust yourself at what is available and being pushed towards your children at the moment, go to either of my Telegram accounts, Oz Eyes Logic or Voice of Freedom, and have a look at the little song that I've posted up, the children's song that I've posted up there. Now, this song is freely available on YouTube and is made for kids. That won't mean much to you if you don't know how YouTube works. You have to put permissions. So you have to declare you either are making something for children to view, or you are not making something. You're making something for children that isn't made for children. This was made for children, and I want you to go and have a look at that video. I will play it in the show, whether it be tonight or tomorrow morning, whenever I get there. It is appalling. Absolutely disgustingly appalling. This song. And they have children singing it. So go to my Telegram accounts and check that out. Oz Eyes Logic, OZEYESLOGIC, all one word, or Voice of Freedom, and have a look, because it is absolutely disgusting. You will be, horrified by it. Oh, I see Bosey's played it, has he? Thanks, Veronique. Well, there you go. I only saw it first thing this morning, so it was sent to me overnight. Maybe it came off Bosey's stuff, I don't know. But if you haven't seen this, go and see it. It is just filth, disgusting. So avail yourself of that, or hang out until I get it on the show, whether it be tonight or first thing in the morning. If I do manage to get home in time tonight and manage to get everything sorted correctly, then I will have a show. It may not be at 6:30, it might be a bit later. We've got a good day in Brisbane today. We had a bit of power problems yesterday in certain parts of Brisbane, and certainly a few water issues are still being sorted out, but for the most part, most of the rain's gone. They're now predicting another potential cyclone forming up off the Queensland coast north of Cairns at the moment, so we might be in for another one in the next, week or two. Oz Eyes Logic, DM OZEYESLOGIC, or Voice of Freedom. I post things. They're not different. I post exactly the same stuff on both channels. I don't even know why I have two channels. Goes to show my experience with Telegram, I suppose. But they're both up on there, and do not let your children sing this, because it's what we call in the business an earwig. An earwig is a song that you can't get out of your head, right? It's just got a catchy little tune to it that just keeps playing in your head all day, and you find yourself singing it. Well, this song is an earwig, but the message that it leaves is disgusting. The verses of this song are just appalling, and 100% targeted at kids. And I think once you've seen it, you'll feel as sick to the stomach as I have, because it is truly horrendous, truly bloody horrendous. Anyway, more about that later. I'm going to find out who made it. It's going to take me a little while, but I'm going to find out who makes this shit. Well, I guarantee you, I probably will never find out who actually made it. But, oh shit, I'm going to try. So, that's a little bit of what's going on. Len Clampet. If you know Len Clampet, Len is, well, hopefully out of hospital, maybe, day after tomorrow, maybe after the weekend, maybe. But he will be going back in for further surgeries. They were looking to maybe put a stent in or something. They couldn't do that yesterday, so there will be further things. But I spoke to him. I was there with him for an hour or 2 hours today, and he is pretty fit and healthy. He was sitting up on the bed, and we had, very, very good conversation. Len, for those of you who don't know Len, Len is a true gentleman and a scholar. He has done so much. He's 77 years old. He's a former pilot, former truck driver. He has a law degree. He has all sorts of different things. His knowledge of the Constitution is significant. He is very active in writing our politicians and holding them to account, and drawing their attention to the fact that we know that they are an illegitimate government. He really is one of our warriors. So I'm sure if you've ever received one of his emails or been lucky enough to meet Len, you'll join with me in wishing him a speedy recovery, and a full recovery at that. And for those of you who'd like to send him an email, when I get home and can drag out his email address, I will post that up on my socials, and I will put it in the next show as well, so you'll be able to see it. I know he has a lot of friends in this movement, and obviously a lot of people. We don't keep in contact with each other every day, so when one of us goes down, and he is a very good man, so when a good man goes down, we want to get behind them, let them know that they're loved and supported. So if you know Len and you would like to reach out and support him, no doubt you'll have his email address. I'm sure he would enjoy just hearing from you at this time. All right, folks, I'm going to start the car and get back on the road and see whether or not I can't fight my way through some of this bloody traffic. And hopefully with a little bit of luck we'll get something going tonight on all the channels. This is actually only going out on None 2K, so the channel that I can't access anymore. It's very confusing. At any rate, thanks very much for your support, folks, and if you can send a cheerio to Len, I think he'd love that. Go and have a look at my Telegram pages and check out that filthy bloody song that is targeting children, sick children at that, and we'll talk more about it. There's a lot more happening in the world at the moment. There's a lot we could talk about with Israel, Gaza, Israel, Iran, Israel, Iraq, and Syria. That's going to be pretty much a whole show, so I don't want to get into it here, but at the moment there is a lot of very interesting Zionist, hitherto very quietly held, not publicly known or displayed it with any regularity. There is a lot of Zionist ideology that's being released. So what that plan, I guess, is to do is to get people to understand what a Zionist actually is. And once you start understanding what a Zionist actually is, and you might have a look at that James O'Keefe picture that I posted up in the show the other night about the Ark of the Covenant, you might want to do some research into the Ark of the Covenant, its importance to let's say the normal global community or the Christian community, and then deeply have a look at what it means to the Jewish community. And then ask yourself that if that picture that I posted the other night with James O'Keefe standing in front of a mock-up of the Ark of the Covenant, and then a post underneath it saying, plot twist, it's not a mock-up, it's real, that could be a very interesting point going forward, and it may have some bearing on Donald Trump. But you'll have to do your own research into that, because I don't have the time to tell you about it right now. But it's very interesting. Thank you, folks. Thanks for your support. If you want to keep supporting us, we need it. At the moment, we are down to nothing and looking to see how we can come to your town real soon. So if you can, come and be part of our group, our family, we would love you to join. Become a member, vofhq.com, from as little as $1.25 each week. I have said that I'm going to start serializing a book. I'm going to start putting that up in chapters. A lot of people have said they want to hear me reading, stuff, or they want to hear that sort of stuff. Well, I've got a very interesting story to tell you. So if you're going to go to sleep listening to my voice, then let's make it a nice, interesting bedtime story. But that will only be available to members. All right, I'm not going to make that available across the board. That will only be available to members, because after all, it is mostly members who are asking for this sort of thing. So if you would like to be able to gain access to that and a few other new things that we will have coming on very, very shortly, then from as little as $1.25 a week, you can be a Voice of Freedom supporter, and God knows we need you. So we can't keep doing this without your support. We are out canvassing, trying to get some more sponsorship from businesses that are declaring themselves awake. Well, let's see them put their money where their mouth is. That's the biggest problem. If you're an awake business, then we have an awful lot of awake people who watch the Voice of Freedom and the Cairns News, if I want to mention them too. We can help expose your business to an active and very engaged audience. So reach out. We want to help you, and we are not going to charge you like the mainstream media people will charge you. We essentially need petrol money. I will do everything for me. Everything you need from me, I will do for nothing. All right? I will bring my gear for nothing. I will give myself for nothing. But I cannot afford to do all that and put $1,000 worth of fuel in the bus to go from place A to place B and back again. I need help with that. I need your help with that. So I don't want you to help and not feel that there is no benefit in it for you. So our members will start receiving benefits this year, access to things that only members will get. So please come and join us, be a member at Voice of Freedom, and we look forward to coming to your town soon and showcasing it and your business if you want to be part of it. We'd love to have you on board. Look forward to talking to you soon. Hopefully a little later on tonight. I can tell you 6:30 is not looking good. 7:30, 8:30 might be good. We'll just see how we go. If not, I will do a show tomorrow morning before midday to catch up on a few things that I haven't been able to get through in the last 2 days. As I say, thanks for your support, folks. Love you very much. You be safe out there today, and I'll go out and play with the dickheads. Bye.